All right, Tom and Dave, thanks so much. And there's Zach Britton, who just picked up his 23rd save. And Zach, I want to ask you first about the team. Modest 2-game losing streak, but there's something about the resiliency of this team, no panic. What is it about this group that just is able to move on?
You know, I think it starts with, obviously, Buck and the coaching staff in general. I think they keep us in check a little bit, and they let us realize that it's a long season. And, you know, sometimes 2 games don't go your way, and this team has a good mindset. You know, we know that, hey, tomorrow's a new day, and today we did really well. You know, Chan picked us up, and then our offense, you give them a chance, you know, from a pitching standpoint, and they're going to come through most of the time.
You know, I was mentioning that if you're a new Oriole fan, they don't realize you once led this club with 11 wins as a starter. And then you had a little bit of arm problems. But tell me your impressions of Wei Chen, because, you know, he's kind of unflappable out there.
Right, yeah, he knows how to pitch, and that's so important against a good offensive team like this. And, you know, when they start to get something going, he has a way to kind of slow the game down and get out of trouble. And that's what you have to do if you want to be a consistent Major League starter, and that's what he's doing.
Let me ask you, Jay, I've never seen you better than that inning. I mean, can it get any better than that? I mean, you know, you've worked on the breaking ball in your tune-up inning.
Yeah, you want to get better, right? You never. Yeah, you
no,
never
but I'm saying, could it be any better than that? I mean, command, movement, right. Slider.
I mean, that's what I strive for every time, is the command of that sinker right there, and then throwing that breaking ball to keep hitters kind of in check a little bit. So that's what I've been striving to do all year.
Well, Zach, Buck mentioned after the game last night, even though you came in a loss, you needed to pitch. How important was last night's inning for what you did tonight?
It was really important. You know, Buck does a great job. He knows his guys. He knows when a guy, you know, after 2 or 3 days, when he needs to get him in the game, or when a guy is able to, you know, have 4 or 5 days off. And for me, with that sinker, it's important, you know, no more than 3 days for me. I think we found that out early last year. It's just, it seems like that's the time frame for when I need to get in the game, and it's important. I don't know if I would have been as sharp tonight if I hadn't had that in yesterday.
Well, it was a great month of June. You're 1-0 in July. Appreciate the visit.
Oh, thanks, guys.
That's Zach Britton.